Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Optus Stadium in Perth for a WWE event with Jack Della. Mate, what are you doing here?
Just coming to get the media. You know how much I love media, so I've come down here to get some media done. And
You do like doing UFC media.
but I'm excited, you know. Anything to get a free ticket to the Elimination Chamber, I'm in.
Have you been a WWE fan or?
I was into WWE probably from like 8 years old to like 12 years old, and then saw an MMA video and I sort of realised there wasn't actually competitive fighting, so I jumped ship.
Well, speaking of competitive fighting, I mean, you got Gilbert Burns, UFC 299. You would have known about Gilbert Burns for a very long time. I mean, when was the first time his name came up to you, just even as a fan?
Well, I don't know. It would have been in the early days, you know, like fighting for Eternal. Definitely, he was in the UFC doing work. When I fought on Contender Series, he was in the corner. And like from that moment, I was thinking I'm definitely going to fight him one day. I don't know. I just had the feeling.
Is it weird to, I mean, you've always had that self-belief, but is it weird to kind of, I mean, in such a short time, you've gone from, like you said, Eternal to now, man, you're number 11 ranked, you're taking on Gilbert Burns, who has fought for the welterweight title. Like, your dream is so close.
Yeah, no, it's wild. You know, Gilbert's the man and challenging fight. But yeah, I know what I'm in for, you know, and I believe in myself. And I always I thought I'd be, for some reason I always thought I would be fighting him since that Contender Series fight. And it's exactly where I want to be. I want to get into that top 5 and, get closer to the top.
Now, you've had a few more hurdles in the UFC career, not in terms of wins and losses, but maybe performances. You come out, you start your couple of guys, and then you have some closer decisions than you would have liked.
Yeah.
What have you kind of learnt through this short UFC career?
Man, it's been wild, you know. Obviously, just getting more experience fighting, I get better with my skills. But, I definitely feel like the last 2 fights have been pretty poor performances. You know, I want to come in and get the finish, get back to my finishing ways. I want to finish Gilbert and stand my case as the number 5.
Do you think you're just going to take that number? Is that, you think with a victory this will put you in number 5?
I think that's how it works.
What do you know the math? Is there a math behind it?
And I reckon that's how it works. You take the guy out, you take the number, and you keep moving. But I don't really matter too much about numbers. I think a finish over Gilbert would definitely solidify myself as like right in there. Have
the last couple of fights maybe taught you to slow it down a little bit in terms of how quickly you've ascended to the top, or is it just a bump in the road and then you're going to keep this full steam ahead?
No, I like competing. You know, I think you get better with competing regularly, so I want to keep competing. Yeah, I just think maybe just the last 2 fights just got too comfortable in there. I was having too much fun, enjoying it too much. I got to get back to making me nervous and trying to really take someone, like kill or be killed, take someone out. So, a couple of poor performances. I think I get too comfortable, so I'm going to try and get into the uncomfortable mindset this time and push through.
Now, is it safe to say that the UFC event in Perth and getting that finish, that victory in front of everyone, is that the best moment so far of your career?
Yeah, I think so. That was a pretty awesome moment, a moment that I thought would happen, you know, and to happen so early and to happen in that fashion. And it was like even the event overall wasn't just that, just the way it happened, and then the whole event was as it was. It was definitely one of the highlights of my career.
Now, you're a stone cold killer, you're ascending up your career, you're becoming more and more famous. I mean, this isn't even an event that you're supposed to be at type thing, and they've got you here, but you're also starting a family. How do you balance work and life?
I mean, I'm lucky that, I feel like I'm getting paid pretty well to do this, you know, and it's always been my dream just to train and relax all day, and pretty much good balance, man. I had to train and spend time with my family, then train, spend time with my family. So it's the dream, you know, and I'm just, I feel like I'm truly living the dream.
Now, seeing as we are at a WWE event, if the UFC career does eventually end, I mean, would you ever think about jumping in the pro wrestling ring?
Yeah, 100%, man. I would jump off a ladder through a table if need be, for sure. For the fans.
Oh, mate. Well, I mean, you are always good for a prediction, but UFC 299, Gilbert Burns, how does the fight go?
I'm going to take him out. You know, I'm gunning for the finish. I'm pretty devastated in my last 2 fights, and I want to get back to the finish ways and really like stand my case as the next best thing.
Done in one?
Done however it needs to be done, but it's going to be done.
Thanks, mate. Jack Della taking on Gilbert Burns, UFC 299. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Mitch.
Good to see you, Paul, isn't it?